Hey Aries, how you doing? Um, Energy is rough. I'm not going to do a weekly this week because we did the monthly on May 1st and then the new moon on May 4th. So until things shift a little bit, doing a weekly would be redundant, but I am going to do some extra energy by the ascendants to build on that new moon. So we're going to talk about whatever our storm is that we're braving. I'll probably do like a midweek update on Wednesday because Mercury should have moved out of Aries at that point. And so at least we'll have some sort of shift in the energy, which will make it worthwhile. But let's start with the ascendants. I'm going to use 3 decks, always my I'll show deck. We'll use this to tell us what your storm is. And then we'll use the Keepers of Light for your advice to get through it. And then I got a new deck from Sonia Choquette, the Divine Energy Oracle. The cards are pretty cool. The only thing that was sucky about them was that they weren't numbered, so I had to do my numbers by myself. And then I'll go ahead and read what's in here because I think they're really, really nice. So I'll do one card for what's the storm for each ascendant, and then the wisdom, divine and earthly wisdom on how to get through it. Okay, so let's start with Aries Sun, Aries Ascendant for May 6th and getting through this week. What's the Aries storm? Okay, so it's a 3 of Wands. So experiencing, talking about like new things coming in, new plants growing, new relationships growing, new experiences. So this is your storm. As you step into, it looks like you're stepping into sort of virgin territory. Things are new. And, you know, with anything new, we're not used to it. So the first step is, it's called growing pains for a reason. As you move into something, while your brain forms new connections, it's uncomfortable. So this period may be, as you move into new experiences, new territory, new learning, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's part of the process. Now, can we have some divine wisdom for Aries Sun, Aries Ascendant, for how to brave their storm of new experiences? Divine wisdom for Aries Sun, Aries Ascendant. What do they need to know to brave this storm? Doesn't want to talk. Oh, yeah, there we go. Open communication. Okay, so I'm an Aries Sun, Aries Ascendant, and I can't even tell you how accurate this one is. So open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Let's get the other one here. So what earthly advice can we give to Aries Sun, Aries Ascendant for how to brave this storm of new experiences that they're going through now? Aries Sun, Aries Ascendant, what do they need to know to brave the storm? Oh, okay. I'll take the top one. So it says, face your adversities. Let's read they're a little thin, those cards. I don't love that, but so that's a 38, 11. So, you know, that's a divine number. Sorry, just checked out there. So 81. As I said, the fact that they're not numbered makes it difficult. Okay, so are you remaining passive in the face of people or circumstances that morally... Oh my God, this is insane. Sorry, for me, this is like perfectly dead on. I hope it is for everyone else. Anyway, are you remaining passive in the face of people or circumstances that morally, ethically, or even physically offend or disrespect you? Are you wondering whether to speak up or to remain silent to avoid serious confrontation? This is a powerful juncture in your soul's development. where you are being asked to commit to your values and let others know what is not acceptable to you in the most loving way possible. Yes, and that was the email that I've been drafting this morning in front of what I considered a very enormous act of disrespect. Okay, so your divine energy is calling you to step away from disturbing or threatening situations, but still respond to the violations at hand with a blend of heart and mind. Is there just reason to take offense, or are you interpreting things in the wrong way? Ask your higher self for clarity. The divine invitation is to be as objective as possible when interpreting perceived violations and use neutral and wise outside counsel as a sounding board. Good idea. Lay the facts out and study them and talk it over with a trusted, qualified friend as you look for unconscious patterns both in your adversary and in yourself. This is another thing. Like, if you keep finding yourself in these positions where people disrespect you, it's the other people, but there's also something in us that's not changing the piece of the equation that we need to change. I can't remember. I think it was the May reading that said, if you do one thing differently in a pattern, it leads to a different outcome. So as well as being focused on what the other person did, it's also what's our role in perpetuating this cycle. So seek to understand your opposition's needs and motives, but also strive for clarity about your own desires and reasoning as you work to avoid judgment and self-righteousness. In other words, listen to your heart, but respond with a cool head. Okay, which is interesting because you have the heart right here and the blue communication. So that was great. I hope it's useful for you as it was for me. I love it when they resonate. Aries Sun, Taurus Ascendant. What is the storm for Aries Sun, Taurus Ascendant? Aries Sun, Taurus Ascendant. What's the storm that Aries Sun, Taurus Ascendant is braving right now? Creativity. That's the Three of Cups. So yeah, ruled by Venus. Look, you see it's got that moon and sun aligning. So this, for the Taurus Ascendant, is very much about how to express your creative energy. Can we have divine guidance for, thank you, infinite abundance? Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So it looks like if you've been having difficulty figuring out how to put your creative energy to its best use or what to do, that clarity is going to start to come. Here, look, I want to show you this. You see how Ganesh and that woman both have that that pink flower there? Something is flowering, and it's also about opening up to what's trying to come into you. So are you, maybe some questions, are you putting any boundaries in the way? What can you do to remove obstacles of your own? Can I have a card for Aries Sun, Taurus Ascendant on advice on how to brave their storm? Aries Sun, Taurus Ascendant. Aries, thank you. Shine your light. Lovely. And this one, looks also that. So is she pulling that moon, or is she pulling that obstacle away from that moon so that the light can start shining? Or is she pushing it there? So those might be some interesting questions. 56, so also an 11. The Aries Ascendants also had 11. Let's read from this book because I really like the interpretations. All right, shine your light. Where and how are you seeking recognition for who you are and the talents you possess? Directly through hard work or indirectly through passivity and acting out? Good questions. Your divine energy is calling you to actively seek attention, but for the right reasons, to inspire, uplift, interesting also that gesture there, and direct others to their higher self's greatest potential. Your divine invitation is to open your heart fully and take all necessary risks so that your spirit shines out far and wide. Trust the gifts and talents that the universe gave you and commit yourself to their full development to serve both your creator and your fellow humans. Don't hide your light under a bushel, amazing, as Jesus counseled in the Sermon on the Mount. It's appropriate to use whatever stage you command to seek attention when you then use it to further the divine light in others. So it looks like you have like sort of a calling to put your creativity to the use, education, benefit of others, to help others also seek abundance, to help others plant their seeds. But that seems, it's interesting here about the shine your light. So, you know, where are you hiding your own potential to glow? Okay. Next, let's do Aries Sun, Gemini Ascendant. What's their storm? Aries Sun, Gemini Ascendant, what's their storm? Oh, I'm going to take the first one. Abundance. So this is a King of Pentacles. So are you having money issues? Are you not sure how to find your abundance? Are you having a hard time figuring out how to master sort of material excellence? You know, Gemini is open. Okay, this one says, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So I was about to say, as this fell out, you see how this gentleman here is sort of receiving all of the information that comes from the universe, which is very interesting because this says be open to your psychic insight. Geminis are obviously very good at having their antennae, I know I keep doing that, open and receptive. And look at all the birds also in the background, which is, you know, the birds are the messengers, like Gemini. It's harder though to take all that into account and turn it into something material. So that seems to be perhaps where you're struggling, or maybe you just have an abundance of communication and you don't know how to sift through it and put stuff into priority and organize it into making it useful as opposed to just being information. Let's see here what this deck says. Can we have some advice on how to brave the storm for Aries Sun, Gemini Ascendant? Oh, just take that top one. Embrace your power. All right, I'm going to read this. It's a 3, which is the Gemini sign. It's the third sign in the zodiac. So page 6. These descriptions are really good. I really like this deck, except for the fact that the cards are a little flimsy and the number, but other than that. Anyway, before you are able to fully express your divine energy and create an empowered life, you must assume responsibility for your choices, however good or poor they may be. Presently, you're being asked to evaluate your past decisions and assess whether they've evolved you or devolved you. Interesting. Be especially honest about those decisions that were made recklessly, emotionally, without self-control or reflection. Where are you now? Are you making impulsive choices, or are you taking genuine life and soul-supporting risks? Pay close attention to the answer because it reveals the root of any troubling conditions you face at the moment. And this is, I've been working with a Gemini client, and what she and I have been talking about a lot is discernment. Now, when you're chasing butterflies or when you're actually building something, and to be able to learn to know the difference between what's going to lead you on like a wild goose chase and what's something you can actually seed and grow for a very long time. So your divine energy is calling you to elevate your personal power to a much higher level by taking responsibility for your choices and recognize they are the means by which you create your life. In other words, poor choices lead to poor creations, while good choices lead to good creations. No exceptions. Pay attention to present choices and allow your divine energy to be the driving force behind them. Your divine invitation is to evaluate your previous choices without judgment. Which of your past decisions have worked in your favor and which ones have not? Most importantly, what are you choosing today? Now is the time to honestly start making choices that express your divine nature and serve your true soul intentions. Okay? So the word I would give you is discernment. Okay, next, let's do Cancer. Aries Sun, Cancer Ascendant. Oh, that was quick. I think you got this again last time. Okay, so this is your storm about kind of feeling emotionally left out, like you don't belong, or like everything that you want is on the other side of a locked gate. Let's see what the divine advice is for how to weather this storm. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of light. It's the Shekinah, so the sacred self. And you see how it's kind of like the opposite of that. It's like here is very closed off and here is very open. And the saying that just came to my mind is that the trick in life is not waiting for the rain to stop, but learning how to dance in the rain. And so I feel like that might be useful advice to you, is that a lot of the time, actually all the time, our we can never change what happens to us, but we can change how we respond to it. And much of our life is built on our perspective of what's happening to us. If we think things are crappy, then they tend to be even crappier as we go on. If we say, okay, that sucks, but somewhere in here there's something good somewhere, and look for that, then we actually shift our attention towards that which is good. So what I would advise for, that's funny. I'm going to show you both of these because I think they're both important. I got this one for Taurus also. Okay, so, sorry. So, embrace the fun side in you. Embrace, seems like some inner child work that maybe needs to happen, some stuff that you want to set free from some childhood pains of, I don't know, dealing with other people or dealing with your family, or just this sense of isolation, right? That, this goes very much to here, and this goes very much to here. This one is about abundance and accepting it. They're both a lot to read. Let me see how long this other one is, because this one was a little, well, I'll read this one first, and then 56, 118. Okay, so Shine Your Light says, where and how you are seeking recognition for who you are and the talents you possess, directly through hard work or indirectly through passivity and acting out. Your divine energy is calling you to actively seek attention, but for the right reasons, to inspire, uplift, and direct others to their higher selves' greatest potential. Open your heart fully and take all necessary risks so that your spirit shines out far and wide. Trust the gifts and talents that the universe gave you and commit yourself to their full development to serve both your creator and your fellow humans. Don't hide your light under a bushel. It's appropriate to use whatever stage you command to seek attention when you then use it to further the divine light in others. Now I'm going to read this love yourself one too. Okay, your communications with another or others may be challenging at this time. Misunderstandings can arise, power struggles may appear, leaving you frustrated and feeling blocked, which is that. Your divine energy is calling you to fully love, listen, and gently communicate so that understanding and peace can prevail. It is wise to be less demanding of and more patient with others. Perhaps your expectation of other people are too high. Your needs may not be clearly understood. You may want what others cannot give you. You can and should give more to yourself. Practice self-love in all of your relationships, beginning with you. The more you love yourself, the better things will flow with others. Ask yourself what you want from others that you aren't getting. What are you denying or rejecting in yourself that you want someone else to give you? More importantly, right now is to ease up on self-judgment and love yourself completely, even with all your imperfections. Nothing can improve upon self-love at this time to ease distress. When you cherish yourself, you are more open to the affection and gifts to the others, but not before. That's very important for this. So what it seems to be saying to me also is that you may be keeping yourself locked behind this gate, and that if you can free yourself and your spirit and allow yourself to dance in the rain, that you'll find that this cage here may also be of your own mental making. When you cherish yourself, you're more open to the affection and gifts of others, but not before. Try not to overreact to the challenges at hand or exaggerate differences with others. Everyone is doing their best. With more self-love, that will become clear. Okay? Let's do Leo. Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant. What's their storm? Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant. What's their storm? Okay. Clinging to the past. Yes, this is accurate too for my... This is the Five of Cups. So this is dead on for my friend who's in Aries Sun Cancer. Or sorry, Leo Ascendant. Let me shuffle that again. Okay, so we have some divine advice on how to brave the storm for Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant. Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant. Oh, goodness, take the top. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. And so the past, Mary Magdalene is a healer, no? And the past is currently getting in yourself and stepping into that role of teacher. Or, you know, maybe there's something that happened in the past that you didn't take care of. Maybe you didn't finish graduating and so you can't become a teacher. There's something in the past that's your obstacle to healing and to being able to share what it is that you want to share with the rest of the world. Can we have a card for Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant, please? Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant. Lots want to come out. Aries Sun, Leo Ascendant. Rejuvenate. Okay. So yeah, you might want to take a break from all the drama or whatever's been going on. This also, you know, they say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So it's possible that you have gotten a new teacher and that person that's entered into your life now will help you to heal from the past. It's possible that you are becoming someone else's teacher to help them heal to the past. But, you know, if we go through the whole energy thing, that energy doesn't die, it just transforms. Whatever is blinding you You see that? Literally can't see where they're going because there's a mess in their face. You have to put it down in order to be able to see clearly and to sort of step into this healed role. Now, what it's asking you to do is to rejuvenate. So let's read that. Okay, are you asking too much of yourself and not leaving time for rejuvenation? Are you strangling your inner child and judging it as irresponsible or unworthy? Have you been envious of people who seem to be enjoying their life while you slave away? Your divine energy is calling you to re-energize and reinvigorate your spirit with vacation, recreation, and unstructured time, which is very Leo. You know, that sun, fun, childish energy. So maybe spend some time with kids or spend some time doing things that are like kid-like if you have a, what do they call it? An amusement park. Do things that used to make you happy when you were a child. So, you know, that could be a way to instead of focusing on the pain from the past, flip that into focusing on the fun of the past or something that was fun in the past. Your divine energy is calling you to re-energize and reinvigorate your spirit with vacation, recreation, and unstructured time. The well is empty, the garden is overplanted, and the bank account is depleted. I hope not. Time to renew. Simply put, all work and no play makes you one burned out, sad soul. Your divine invitation is to value enjoyment. Don't limit pleasure to 1 week a year, but rather to one period every day. Realize that any resistance to stepping back and relaxing is really fear trying to block your spirit. Feed your inner self by going inside and letting your body soak up the warmth and radiance of the sun. This life force will right what's wrong and heal what's out of balance. The more you give yourself time to rejuvenate, the more success you'll attract. Sometimes doing nothing is the most powerful action you can take, for as you relax, you'll attract what you were striving for. Okay? Very nice. Let's do Virgo. Aries Sun, Virgo Ascendant. What's their storm right now? Intensity. That's the Knight of Wands. So laser focus, typical Virgo. Can I have a divine message for Aries Sun, Virgo Ascendant, please? Inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Look at that flame in there. And also that hair, you know. Bridget she's an Irish goddess who sort of, I think she kept the home hearths, kept the flame going. And look at, you see kind of like that flowing hair energy there. It looks like you have, actually for a Virgo, Virgo tends to be more grounded. This looks like there's a lot of fire going on right now. Can we have one card, please, for Aries Sun, Virgo Ascendant? How can they brave the storm? Or maybe it's about knowing how to manage that fire, you know, not letting it get too out of control, but keeping it to something that you can hold within your hands. Just one, please. Correct your mistakes, 37. So it's a 10. Let's read what that has to say to us. 79. Okay. Have you overreacted to a situation in the past and now regret your behavior? Have you said or done something that has now come back to haunt you? Set aside your pride and defenses and acknowledge your mistake. So that may be that, you know, that fire got out of control. And so you need to kind of put it back down into something that's manageable. Or you may need to offer someone a healing fire. Set aside your pride and defenses and acknowledge your mistakes. There is no need to punish yourself or languish in remorse, nor should you paralyze yourself with righteous self-defense. We are all human. Accept your limitations in this area and learn from your mistakes. Ask significant others how you can bring things back to balance, then peacefully move on. All is well. Your divine energy is calling you to be open and fully accountable for your behavior toward everyone by practicing the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you must make amends, do so with love in your heart, then turn the situation over to the universe for healing. Your divine invitation is to quickly admit your errors and seek to correct them to the best of your ability without causing further harm to others. Ask your higher self for support with this process as you apologize. Ask forgiveness and make amends. Take action to reverse any damage you've done and mean what you say. Learn from your experience and let it go. Okay, so yeah, it looks like perhaps you were in a phase of intensity and things got a little bit out of hand. And so there needs to be some sort of offering or rectification to bring that back. And that there is power in admitting we're all human. So taking taking control of a situation is also taking the power back. Okay. Let's do Libra. Aries Sun, Libra Ascendant. What's their storm? Aries Sun, Libra Ascendant. Wait. I'm going to take that one on the floor. It got stuck under the chair. So, that's so funny. Okay, so it literally got stuck under the chair. So going with the flow. Blocked, I guess, is an issue right now. So let's get some divine guidance, please, for Aries Sun, Libra Ascendant. Now you guys are getting hit, but in a different way. There's that. It depends on if you have planets. Well, obviously you do. So you might be having relationship issues since all of those Aries will be on your 7th house. Downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Interesting. And look at how much blue there is also here. So I would also say, if you get too hot in this moment, if there's heated conversations at home or in your relationship, take a shower. The water, we always do our best thinking in the shower. It's a little bit because our brains are off and we can receive downloads, but it's also because the water is changing our energetic composition around us. So if you get stuck, take a shower. And it could be just, it doesn't have to be a cleansing shower, but be open to the messages that you get, I would say. Okay. Trust the divine plan. Let me read this for you. 122. Okay. Are you letting past hurts and failures occupy too much mental and emotional space? Are your defense mechanisms overdeveloped, thus overpowering or blocking your subtle psychic channels? Interesting, because that speaks to this one here. Are you missing the blessings of the past and failing to trust in the divine plan for the path you've traveled thus far? Your divine energy is calling you to appreciate the perfection of the divine plan for every aspect of your life. You've been lovingly nurtured by your angels, guides, higher self, and creator all along. What you've encountered so far has helped you become the wonderful soul you are and has shaped your creative purpose in every way. Recognize how evolved you've become and appreciate how you've grown into a loving, contributing, creative human being. Your divine invitation is to review your life with appreciation and respect. As difficult as it may be to trust every episode and challenge you faced, they've been essential facets of your journey, and none have been a mistake. So maybe you're also hung up on one piece that you won't let go of, which is blocking new things from coming in. I don't remember where I said it, but life is kind of like an energetic car park, right? If there's a car parked in one space, a new one can't come in there. So whatever situation that you may be holding on to that's not working, you might want to just release your grip on it and maybe move what's parked in there currently out of it so that new stuff can flow in. It may be an idea, it may be a person. This is the Ace of Cups, you know, so something new, some new emotional state wants to flow into your life. You see how everything kind of also points that way? So you have a lot of forward movement here, but there seems to be some sort of block, of an energetic block, of where perhaps you're afraid to let go of what's currently there because you don't necessarily think that something better will come in. And what this is saying is that as long as you're holding on, you know, you can't get what you want until you stop accepting what you don't. So wherever there's sort of a block where you're hanging on to something that's not working, it looks like it's asking you to let go of it and let what comes in come in. So it says, review your life with appreciation and respect. Oh, we read that. Love who you are today and all that has contributed to your evolution. You're right on schedule. Okay, that's very nice. And that was kind of the message the other day also. You can't be late for divine timing. Let's do Scorpio. Aries Sun, Scorpio Ascendant. What's their storm right now? Aries Sun, Scorpio Ascendant. Patience. That's both ruled by Mars, the Aries and the Scorpio energy there. So yes, a force of will to be reckoned with, but I imagine that patience can be challenging at times. Can I have some divine messages for Aries Sun, Scorpio Ascendant, please? It's also, you know, Scorpio rules that which lies beneath and that which is hidden. And so as this card suggests here, and I'm curious to see what comes out here, but as this card suggests, just because the moon is eclipsed or can't be seen or is in a different phase, doesn't mean it doesn't exist anymore. Divine alchemy, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Okay, so there's a lot of feminine energy here. But yeah, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, or that it's not in the process of baking, you know, like seeds, you don't see them, or flowers, you don't see them maturing, but then one day things just bloom. And so I believe what it's saying here, and we'll see the last piece, is wherever there's sort of mistrust that it's not going to work out, or that something you've been waiting for, it's like, that's never going to happen. If you put that enormous willpower that you'll have between that Sun and that Scorpio, or sorry, between that Aries Sun and Scorpio, focus your will with precision, and, you know, through the holy amethyst. This is very sort of psychic energy also. So envision it, you know, this is 6th chakra, pineal gland. So you wanna, I would say, meditate also here and do like visualizations of all of the phases of whatever it is that you want to bring into being, what they look like. Like, start to imagine it so that it feels real on your body. So even though it might not be visible, start calling it out start calling it down from the universe. And if your subconscious is on board, which is also Scorpio energy, there you go. If your subconscious is on board, and your subconscious gets on board because it starts to know what it feels like on the skin, and you can do that through visualization exercises, you'll start to find that your own subconscious starts moving in the direction of whatever it is that you're trying to birth into existence. So let's read this here, page 8. Okay. The more your divine energy awakens in you, the more you start paying attention to your present attitudes and behaviors. Notice which attitudes and behaviors serve you and which ones sabotage you. Are your present attitudes and behaviors in alignment with your heart's true desire? So, it says focus on what you desire. So you may be spending energy worrying or giving energy to something that you actually don't want. And it's taking away the ability to focus everything into growing. Your divine energy is calling you to improve your attitude and place your attention on a higher, more supportive outlook. Don't hate. It's literally, that's what it says. Is it time to notice which things consume your mental energy? Does your focus align with your goals? Do your behaviors align with your intentions, or are you scattering your energies on negative attitudes and behaviors? Check your focus and your attitude. I love it when there's repetition. Focus on what you want for at least 3 to 5 minutes each day. Isn't that what I said? Ideally, first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Then take at least one action today to support your focus. Thinking is not enough. It's time to do something. Super, super clear. All right. Sagittarius. Aries Sun. Sagittarius, what is their storm? Aries Sun, Sagittarius Ascendant, what's their storm? Aries Sun, Sagittarius Ascendant. Interesting. That's Knight of Swords. Okay. Might be because Jupiter's in retrograde. Oh, you also have, the Jupiter is in opposition to Mars. So those are causing a little bit of combative energy. All right, divine guidance for, okay. Oh, Joan of Arc. Look at that. All right, Joan of Arc, voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Okay, so whatever war you got going on, the truth will set you free. Okay, and will break through this armor, because right now it feels like you feel really trapped, right? And so it's time to speak up and stand for and express what it is that you stand for. Make sure that your words and your beliefs are in alignment and that you're not afraid to share them. Of course, we can do everything with respect. We don't have to necessarily make a war of words if we're in one. This is so Venus and Aries, right? The female warrior. There is a way to blend the two, to the softness and newness of the lily and the fertility of the lily through the strength of the armor. Like, you don't have to back down. There's actually power in that feminine being, so you don't have to back down in order to win. You can say things with a feminine touch. Another one. This is the third time this has come out. Okay, so yeah, whatever. And look at that. See that halo around her? So let me read this for you as well. This was the most frequent one. Shine your light, 118. It came up for Taurus. It came up for Cancer. And it's coming up for you guys. So, where and how are you seeking recognition for who you are and the talents you possess? directly through hard work or indirectly through passivity and acting out, right? That's what I said. You don't have to do passive aggressive. You can be forceful. You know, what's the velvet glove or the velvet, what is it? Iron fist and a velvet glove, which is what I think they used to call Margaret Thatcher, right? Your divine energy is calling you to actively seek attention, but for the right reasons, to inspire, uplift, and direct others to their higher self's greatest potential. Open your heart fully and take all necessary risks so that your spirit shines out far and wide. That's that halo right there. Trust the gifts and talents that the universe gave to you, which will be your words and your ability to publish your beliefs and your philosophy. And commit yourself to their full development to serve both your creator and your fellow humans. Don't hide your light under a bushel. It's appropriate to use whatever stage you command to seek attention when you then use it to further the divine light in others. Okay? So instead of like aggressively trying to cut down someone, you want to use that armor and that lily fertility to bring out the best in the other person. Okay, Capricorn. Aries Sun, Capricorn Ascendant. Aries Sun, Capricorn Ascendant. What's their storm? Aries Sun, Capricorn Ascendant. Playfulness. Okay. That's the Page of Wands. So youthful, clowny, and you know that it's like the opposite word you would think of when you think of Capricorn. But it's inviting you to, like, you know, fly your freak flag, which the Capricorn Ascendant definitely has, but likes to keep under wraps. Can I get some divine guidance for Aries Sun, Cap Ascendant? Some of the Caps I know can be wickedly funny. But they don't like to let loose in public, you know? It's like, ooh, well, it's Saturn, you know, but Saturn's in retrograde, so focused intention. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. And, you know, so this is also Venus in Aries, that's Diana. This is the female warrior. These have been coming up a lot. You know, it's like, let me see what the last card says here, but I feel like it's like you want to dance into or like dance onto your stage kind of thing, like celebration of having achieved, taking the light of recognition, but you know, with focused, and so it's like focus on having fun. Let's get one more. Let's get this card for guidance for Aries Sun, Cap Ascendant, please. Aries Sun, Cap Ascendant. Be decisive. So interesting. So, you know, it's weird that there's these two coming up. It might be because of the Saturn retrograde that there's some confusion. That's a 10. I keep getting that song, you know, Dancing in the Moonlight, and with this moon here. Let me read this. Now, there's always a little bit of pessimism associated with Capricorn. It's just this, it's a Saturnian energy, but expect the best possible outcome, you know? So it's like, but this, well, let's read it because I want to see how this all ties together, because this looks like you're indecisive, which actually is not really, it's not your energy. So let's see what's going on. Are you second guessing your decisions? Are you questioning choices made in the past, wondering why in the world you made them? Are you being wishy-washy rather than acting decisively? Are you going in circles? Your divine energy is calling you to get centered and focused and recognize your true priorities, then commit to them. Avoid indecision, hesitation, or procrastination. Okay, so maybe actually what the problem is not that you need to be more playful. Maybe you got to stop playing around. Power comes from making positive and committed choices now. Don't be afraid to make decisions that respect and honor your heart. Pray for divine energy to help you make clear decisions. Start by narrowing your options. What's important to you today? Write it down. Keep it simple and immediate. Next, examine how you spend your time and eliminate what doesn't serve your immediate goals. Don't put others' needs or demands first. It's time to put you first. You may be unpopular, but you'll gain respect, especially your own. Your divine helpers will be on hand to support you. Okay, so actually this is the opposite. This is kind of like stop clowning around. That maybe it's like you've had an idea or there's something that you want to do, but you haven't really been taking it seriously. So whatever you're not taking seriously and have been sort of like playing with, the universe is asking you to start taking that for real seriously, and to stop spraying that energy everywhere and to focus it with the intention of an arrow. Okay. Aqua. Aries Sun, Aquarius Ascendant. What is their storm? Take the top one. 8 of Cups, letting go. Now, Aquarius are funny because, you know, they can, it's a little bit cold energy, but not. Because when they get attached to people, man, there's like nothing you can do to convince them otherwise. So, but at the same time, they can also just cut you out from one day to another. All right, so do what you feel is right. A divine lesson is unfolding. Let's see the last one before, because I've read the first two wrong in the Capricorn. So let me fix this last quarter. Can I have one card for Aries Sun, Aquarius Ascendant, please? Advice on how to brave the storm. I want to show you something else too here. Okay, Aries Sun. Okay, correct your mistakes. Funny, Virgo got the same thing. And if there's two signs that hate to admit mistakes, it's Aquarius and Virgo. So that's very interesting. Let me show you this other thing. You see that drop? And you see that drop coming in? So it's like, and there's also, see these kind of like flowers here, the way they're open, the same as here. I feel like you need to be open to letting something slide, right? So did somebody do you wrong? Did you do somebody wrong? There's something that you're going to have to let go. And you may not want to, because here it says, you know, it says do what you feel is right, but you probably feel it's right internally, but it doesn't feel comfortable to you. Or maybe you have to let go of someone, let them back in, let that drop go back into the universe, because its time is done. Let's read this. This is a 10. Let's see. 79. Sorry for the silence. Okay, correct your mistakes. Have you overreacted to a situation in the past and now you regret your behavior? Have you said or done something that has come back to haunt you? Set aside your pride and defenses and acknowledge your mistakes. There is no need to punish yourself or languish in remorse, nor should you paralyze yourself with righteous self-defense. We are all human. Accept your limitations in this area and learn from how you can bring things back to balance, then peacefully move on. All is well. Your divine energy is calling you to be open and fully accountable for your behavior towards everyone by practicing the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you must make amends, do so with love in your heart, then turn the situation over to the universe for healing. Your divine invitation is to quickly admit your errors and seek to correct them to the best of your ability without causing further harm to others. Ask your higher self for support with this process as you apologize. Ask for forgiveness and make amends. Take action to reverse any damage you've done and mean what you say. Learn from your experience and let it go. Okay. Tough one. Trust me, I get it. Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant. Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant. What is their storm? Sharing. That's weird. That's not your issue. Or maybe it's oversharing. Let's see. Let's see what the divine energy is. This is the Queen of Wands, actually. So, can I get a card for Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant, please? Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant. Ooh, also you, Joan of Arc. Interesting. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Okay, so perhaps what you're having a hard time sharing is your light. Okay, because also look at that halo that's around there. And so I would say, whereas in this card, I can't remember who it came up for. I think it was Sag. Whereas this one, for Sagittarius is more about like maybe learning how to be a little bit more feminine. I would say with that Piscean energy, it's learning how to balance the fighter, the Aries, with the softer side, and to express both of those, that there is a dynamic in which they coexist. It doesn't have to be either or. So let's get a card from here. Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant. Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant. Can I get a card for Aries Sun, Pisces Ascendant, please? Look forward. Okay, so 6. Let's see what this one says. I haven't gotten this one yet. 24, 52. Okay, so it says, it is time to accept the past and move on. It serves no purpose to dwell on what has happened before, other than to learn from your previous experiences. The future is bright and beautiful. See, just like that candle's in front. Waste no time in looking backwards. Your divine energy is calling you to release the past and look ahead. You are a magnificent spirit here on earth who's coming to learn and express your unlimited divinity. Looking back in regret doesn't serve your soul's growth in any way. No matter what has unfolded or will unfold in your life, you're discovering exactly what you need to learn in your own way and on your own schedule with these experiences. All of them. Use this power to create anew. You will succeed beyond your wildest expectations. Your divine invitation is to acknowledge your mistakes and what you've learned from them. Be grateful for your past experiences and the growth that has come from it. Laugh at your mistakes. In fact, learn to find the humor in everything. Relax and move on. No one ever flunks the school of life. You are further along than you realize. Okay, so are you guys like kind of in not a great mood right now? And oh, look, you see those two circular halos around them? And this one also, you know, it's like, so I think whatever heavy energy you may have going on right this moment, where you feel, and it's not necessarily natural for you to feel like this kind of warrior, or maybe it is warrior princess, because between that Mars and that Pisces, you know, it's like there's a part that wants to fight and there's a part that wants to just give up automatically. I would say that whatever situation you have going on right now, you want to point your attention towards towards the good in front of you, towards what you have to share, the teachings that you have to share, the advice that you have to share, things that you have learned from your previous battles. You know, this is the Queen of Wands and this is Joan of Arc. So these are two very powerful female figures. I would say don't discount anything that's happened to you, because you know, you don't want an untrained warrior on the battlefield, do you? So everything that's happened to you in your past helps you to carry forward, to light a light, even for others, towards the future. So even if there may be rough waters right now, there is abundance ahead of you. That's what's coming out here. And don't be afraid to stand your ground and stand for what's important for you. And again, you don't have to be one or the other. You don't have to be the person who gives in all the time, that sort of Piscean energy. You also don't have to be the warrior all the time. You can, I think it's kind of like learning how to balance those two energies, and feeling that both of them are okay. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will see you at the midweek reading.